Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And today is a fabulous Hump Day sketches. And this is one that I am using our paper pumpkin kits so we can create these. And I absolutely enjoy the paper pumpkins. They are very wonderful. Every time they're a little bit different. And this is a subscription that comes from Stampin' Up. It is mailed to you personally. And in this, everything that you need is right here. So you can always find out what the stamp set is because it's on the side of the box or the bottom top of box. And this is the memorable Meadows, and it was from March 2024. This one came with two stamps, or two stamp sets, I should say. And in there, I mean, it's just everything you need. Places for banners, tags, all your adhesive that you need, some of your embellishments, everything with the cardstock. And these are just cardstock, so you can use them any way you see fit. There are envelopes, sometimes with the envelopes, depending on what's on the inside. I open them up and I use the inside of what they have. So this comes with everything you need. Plus there are instructions. And the instructions show you how to make the cards that Stampin' Up! Decided. So you always have the opportunity to change that. So in here it lets you know that up here there's a couple of glue dots. Over here there's some glue dots or dimensionals. Right here to finish the card off, there's some embellishments. And this is your next card. And you get a little spot ink pad. And on these, we ended up making these coming with this wood dies. And on the wood dies, you can see that when you take those out, you have to be very careful because they do break. And on my first card, I did break one. Oops. It also has this purple vellum color, which I also used. So everything from our design in our card today is from this kit. And let me see, I had one other thing I wanted to make sure that I shared with you. There it is. This is the back, so if you wanted to put these stamp sets someplace safe, then you know where the stamp sets are and exactly what they look like. So on one side we have the flowers, and on the other side we have the words. So this also lets you get a good look at what you're creating, and if you want to put it in a Stampin' Up! Plastic stamp container, you got that. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to keep those out, but I want to make sure that I show you what the design is. So the design comes from Jessica, and I am sorry I forgot to put an attachment on where Jessica is from, but this is like her second sketch that she has made, and this sketch will be on my blog, which is www.ktstamps.com, and this gives you all the dimensions that you need. If you want to, you always have the opportunity to change those up, and I did. So this is the first card that I created. These are the purple vellum. This is the card. I went with green, the Oh my goodness, why don't I remember that color? That garden green. And then on the inside, I did stamp with some mossy meadow. Here is the wood container. We have the little embellishments. And all I did was that I had an extra piece when I cut down the cards. So I literally cut the card up so you can see a little bit of how the card is cut right now. So I cut the card up in order to use it the way I want to have it used. These are the pieces that I have left when I cut the card. So you still have about a half an inch here, quarter of an inch here that you can do something else with them. I've already just stamped that, so we have that available. So we're going to start to put this together. I want you to be able to see that. So we're taking our garden green, and the first thing I'm going to do is just give the insert of the card just a little. I'm going to bring in my here we go. I'm going to bring in my silicone pad because it seems like the card or the tape dispenses a little bit better when it's on the silicone pad. And I am just putting in 5 little strips of the adhesive from the Stamp and Seal. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is because you can reuse this card and give it to somebody else, and you can personalize it any way you want. So my card's going to stay vertical. So everything I do is with the card being vertical. Okay? So we're going to add down our cardstock. And we're just going to center it on the inside or on the outside. And we want to make sure that we have as much room on the top and on the bottom. And we're going to guesstimate how big we want it to be on the sides. And this was either the front or the back of the card, and this is the front or the back of the card, depending on how you want to look at it. So I just chopped it from here. Let me show you. So you get a good idea. This is what I used. There is a fold in the center, or a scored area where you can fold it. So this one, depending on how you want to look at it, you could turn it out. This would be the front side. So that's what I have, this being the back side. So then I have that down. The next thing I did is that I took the little vellum, purple vellum pieces, and these are gorgeous grape. And what I did is that I just put them on some adhesive sheets, so they are sticky. And one of the things that I know is that vellum, when you put the vellum on, and that includes the white, when you put it on the vellum with an adhesive sheet, you can't see the glue that's behind it. And that is fabulous, because every time we deal with the vellum, you can always see the glue in the back, or the glue dots, or the glue something. So this one, I just wanted to make it look like it was this piece right here. That is 1 1/4 by 4. So I'm making it look like it is the 4 inches by 1 1/4. And I just faked it. All right. This is our wooden piece. I have already put on some of the glue dots. And all I'm going to do is peel off the back. And it sticks really well. And everything else that goes with it. So I will be also adhering the sentiment in with glue dots, or excuse me, with dimensionals. So that will lift it up just a little. So I'm going to put this up a little bit higher than I did last time. I'm going to grab my glue dots. Now you can see, or my dimensionals. God, I'm having a hard time with trying to tell the difference between dimensionals and glue dots. So I'm going to take this, turn it over, bring in my adhesive, and again, everything you need is in your bag. We will use these. So I am, oh, you know what I did is that I glued some of it and then I added a dimensional. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm taking the top, I brought in my liquid glue, and I am just going to glue the top part and go right down the center because that's where it's going to end up being on my leaf. And then I'm going to take one of the dimensionals and put it on the bottom side. And my goal is that I hope I hit it right about here, because that will keep it popped up. And I may do one on the other side too. The last one was really easy because I did not place it down low enough, and you can see the hole behind there. And this time I am covering up the hole. So then that will also stay popped up so it doesn't look like the bottom is curling down. So now I am going to bring in the adhesive or the embellishments, and I'm bringing in my take your pick tool, and I want to highlight this so it's close by the sentiment. And then I'm taking smaller ones, and I'm just going to put one over here. I think I'm going to put another one over there. This is where you have fun. And then you put one down below. Whoops. And you put one down below. And then you bring it all together. You can see where I used the glue dots. Put it all together back in the package. And we have finished up our first card. That's how easy it is. And I just took everything that it had and I put it together. So here they are, so you can see them a little bit more up close. And they're different leaves, but on the inside I did the exact same thing. Just put a little strip down, and anybody that wants to repurpose it can just lift it up and add your own. So now you have a card to send to someone else. So that's our first card that we've done. The next one is just a little more detailed. Oh, and let me backstep. This is the adhesive sheet that I used on the back of the Gorgeous Grape. So I just stuck it on there, made sure that I stuck it on the right way. I peeled this back. So when I peeled it back, the sticky part is what I put the back of the vellum on. And then I just kept this over top of it because I still have sticky adhesive that did not get covered on my adhesive sheet. So that's how I did that. This is wonderful. again, when you're putting everything together. So now, our next one has a little bit more to it. All right, this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. I love the butterflies. And I just allowed myself to really think outside the box. I am using the blooming pearls as the embellishment. And this is called Delicate Wings, and it's from April 2024. And again, everything that you need is in here. I just took this and I cut it. And I think there should be a green one in here. But I do not know where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. And it also comes with this little butterfly and also with this saying at the bottom. And all I did was, I'm going to show you how I cut this out. And then I put this on the inside. And they also came with some of this beautiful gold. So this is the gold that it came with. All of them have the gold. And I just used that to put on the back. Now, if you want to find out exactly what colors are involved, you just look at the bottom, or excuse me, the back of your instructions. And it says that the coordinating colors are basic beige, basic gray, Lost Lagoon, moody mauve, and champagne. This one also comes with an add-on which has these little die cuts, and they fit this set, so you could also use them. Here's the champagne that went on the back of the gold. All right, and then I could have used all this other stuff. There's die cuts involved in here, and absolutely beautiful. This has basic gray. I got some of the dimensionals, and we also have tape, but I decided to use glue instead. So that's what we're doing with this today. I also brought in, oh, here's the dies. And these are add-on. They're called Thanks and Beyond dies. And these are add-ons that you can put towards your paper pumpkin. This is just how much I had left for my card that I cut off. We'll be using the stylish dies today. And then there was one more. Oh, you'll wonder, where did this little piece come from? It came from the envelope. And I used basic beige on the inside. And for those of you who have not ordered basic beige yet, but you have the kit, you can just open this up, cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, and you have an insert. If you also wanted to use it on the outside of the card, you have it too. So that's what I did. So let's get started on this one, because it's going to take just a little bit of time. So I have my Lost Lagoon cardstock, and I have cut this down. And again, I'm going to bring in my silicone pad. I'll pop this down so you can see it. And we have this over here on the side. I like the way that this lays out. I think it's a beautiful layout. And again, I'm trying to get as much room at the top, even, and on the sides. And lately I've had a really hard time. I don't know if it's aging or exactly what it is, but boy, I can't see very well. And again, you can see this is the top part of my envelope. So now if I just wanted to use the front, this is all I would do. Just tear down on this card, or cut these off, and then I would just, you know, measure this to 4 by 5 1/4, and it almost fits perfectly on the paper. So that's what you'll have. I love that. All right, to put the piece across, all I'm going to do is bring in my envelope. That's what's so great about these kits, is that you can just bring in stuff, and it is just awesome. And it's so much fun to do that. I'm going to turn around and just add this. Again, remember, I'm not doing much, so in case you want to repurpose this to someone, you have that. All right, and the strap down the side is just an extra piece of the card. It's about 1/2 inch. All right, so that's what we have, the first part of our kit. So now this is what we're going to do. So you can see that I have this piece, and it also had this on the bottom. So I cut it out and I use the largest, so the number 1 or the largest circle. And then on the next one, I use the second largest to cut it out. And how I did that is that I just did partial on the side, just pulled these out. And then I just lift this in, and then I tried to make sure that I got it even all the way around. And then it looks like this after you cut it out. So that's what I did. And I will need to run and get my my paper trimmer. So now with this, I have the ends up all the way around, and then I'm going to just reposition to make sure that I have that in the right area. And so it's as even as I can be on all sides. Then I'm using on my mini boss, I have my 1, my 2, and then I'm also using a 2, which you can see is pretty scratched up, but I'm using it on the top. So now I'm just looking to make sure that I have that even. And how I'm measuring it is I'm measuring it from the butterfly's dots. So I don't know if you can see the butterfly dots. So that's what I'm going to look for to make sure that it's as even as it can be. And you got to get your paper snips ready. Okay, so I think that's about as even as it can be. going to turn this sideways so I can just go ahead and roll it through. So when it comes out, we will lose the sides, and we will just, oh, and the bottom, but I'm going to see if I can just keep the bottom in there. So this is what it looks like. And then I will add the sides once I put it on top of the champagne. Pretty exciting, isn't it? I love this. All right, so I'm bringing in my paper trimmer as soon as I get my mini boss out of the way. Love that it just flaps its little sides, and we are all done. I want to make sure that I keep those around. And I got this. Now, I want to make sure that I cut the other one at about so I'm going to cut this at about 3/4, but I'm going to just go ahead and work my way down. All right, so I've cut off the top. There we go. And then I've cut the bottom. And that's about 3.5 across. So now I'm bringing in my champagne, and that's just going to go right on top of the champagne. And I'm just putting it on the inside. So instead of sticking it on the outside, I mean, I just love the butterflies. I just thought, why am I going to stick this down below here when I have all these beautiful butterflies that I want to show off? So that's when I put it on the inside. And I just tried to put it there so there is just this beautiful saying on the inside. I'm always here for you. There you go. All right, so how we're going to do this now is that I have my champagne piece that I've cut out with the first circle die of the stylish shapes. I'm going to take this mono adhesive glue and just put it down the middle and put it towards the bottom. So I don't think you can see that, but I want to make sure that you do. So I put it at the bottom, up the center, and to the top. And then what I'm going to do is just see if I can get this to leave as much room towards the top as I did down at the bottom. And then I am going to bring in my pieces. And what my goal is just to make sure that it continues the circle. And I have to make sure that I get the right pieces in the right place. And there we go. And then I'm just going to take my tweezers and glue this down. And then put it in its place. And because it's the liquid glue, then I have time to work with it just a little. There you go, there's the first one in. And here will be the second one. And this, yes, this takes up the most time. It's just putting that right where you want it. And so when you look at it, it looks like it just keeps going in the circle. Can you see how it goes towards the circle? And that's how I made the focal part of the card. And then the card, you can go ahead and give it just a little bit of wings. And then I brought in the blooming pearls. And I started off with a big one. And I like to put these sideways. And so my big one is there, but I didn't grab the glue dot that it came with. So that's what I did. And then what I'm doing with the next one is that I give myself the width of my tweezers. So it's the width of my tweezers, and then I place it down. And I'll show you in just a minute. Width of my tweezers. Try to get it in a straight line. So that's how I put the pearls on. And again, it's the width of my tweezer. And that's how you can lay it down to get a really nice spacing. So awesome. Oh, I love this card. It's just beautiful to me. And then all I'm doing is taking the dimensionals and I'm just trying to put them around in a circle. And as you know, you just peel off the back. And yes, they will follow you all over the house. I'm still, from a couple of weeks ago, I'm still having these and the glue dot from the kits found all over the house. And this, then all I'm going to do is put this right in the middle of the horizontal line. And I got a card done. And it looks elegant. And it looks beautiful. And again, this is my next card. So these kits are really awesome. And I think that they're worth the subscriptions. And you can get a subscription one time, 3 months, 6 months, or a year. And it's up to you. And every month it comes to you. And that's the best part. So I am just kind of putting things away because I have a couple more cards to show you. I enjoyed this sketch so much, I thought, let's go ahead and try a couple of other cards. So I wanted to show you the cards that were horizontal. And this ends up being, I think, 11.5 by 4 1/4. This is from the Lovely Lavender, and it's January 2024. And this has everything. And the reason that I also wanted to show you is because this, I got this because I love this so much. This is how it came. Yeah, like this. Has everything that you need. But I bought an extra kit because I love the colors so much. And I want to put them together, and I just want them to be, they're just beautiful. They have it's like the lavender all over the place. Here you have the garden green. Look at what's on the back of the envelopes. I love them. Okay, we have some linen ribbon. This, you can add lots of different ways. You can use this also as a layer piece. We have all our beautiful stamp sets. Love, Valentine's Day. Just a little something for you. Okay, this is what I used as the focal point. I did a little bit of the linen at the bottom with the love going across. All right, so you have everything that you need. Here is the back of the stamp set. Here are the cards that if you would like to use them, look at what they did. These are either gift tags. You could also make beautiful bookmarks with this. And then they left this open and they just added the flowers over the front. And this one just is the cardstock with love on the outside. So that's where I got the with love side. And I gave this about a 1/2 inch on both sides. And then I did this one for about 4 inches. And then it became almost like exactly what we needed, but instead of looking at the card vertically, I decided to go ahead and go horizontal. And this is what my inside looks like. Just added some stamping on it with gorgeous grape. So that's what I did with that card. Then I have one more card, and this is like all-time favorite kit. Okay, is this, and you can see that I had to double stamp it. It's called All the Best, and it's December of 2023. This is also something that I got an extra kit for because I love it. Absolutely love it. And these are all the die cuts. So instead of putting the piece that was across and making the circle, I just got a piece of the circle. And let me see if I can find this circle. Okay, the circle. And I put the flowers around it. So that's what I did. And then I just stamped in the middle. And I stamped before I put on the die cuts, and these are done with dimensionals. So you have that. And when I did the dimensionals, all I did was the mini, and I just put it on the bottom so these look like they were floating. The inside, I just took one of the little gold flowers, put it on the side. This is from part that I cut out from here. So that is what I did with this one. And again, this is everything that it comes with. These are some alternative cards. And these are the cards. And this is a little acetate card container, so you can give this away to friends. All right, so you have that. So it holds the cards. I just think this is beautiful, and I love the colors. The colors that they have are just balmy blue, crushed curry, old olive, pebble path, and gold. Oh, it's one of my all-time favorite kits. I don't want to get rid of that one. So those are the cards for today. And I hope that you had a great time. And Jessica, thank you very much for doing these absolutely fabulous sketches for us to copy. There you go. Bring in your snips so you can have that help you out. So these are the 4 cards that we did today. So I hope that you really enjoyed these. I had a blast. It was just so much fun. So I just want to leave you with just a couple of things. Have a great day. Thank you for those people who wrote to me. I am feeling much better. I really appreciate that. And my name is Kevon, and I'm from www.ktstamps.com, and my motto is creating cards for you. Have a great day, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.